Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and we are continuing our journey through the symbolism of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. And today we are going to be talking about the Six of Pentacles. So if you ever wanted to know about the deeper symbolism of this card, if you wanted to know why there are 6 pentacles that sit at the top of this card, if you wanted to know why there is a rich man giving to the poor, then I'm going to explain to you the deeper symbolism of this card. We're going to look at the numerology, the astrology, we're going to look at the elements, the Kabbalah, and the astrology, particularly in terms of timing. So if you're interested in knowing more about the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, in particular, if you just want to know the meaning of the Six of Pentacles, then stick with me because most modern decks are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. So understanding this card may well help you understand whatever deck you happen to be reading. So I'm going to spin the camera around and we are going to take a deep dive into the Six of Pentacles. Let's have a look at the Six of Pentacles. Golden Dawn title, the Lord of Material Success. All of these titles come from the Golden Dawn. They come from the book T, which is part of the very secret manuscripts that formed part of the Golden Dawn and how they made sense of all the different forms of spirituality as they were studying and putting them together into one format to make it easy for all of us to have a sense of spirituality. And so all of the symbolism that I use in my tarot symbolism cheat sheets, or most of it, I've got some other little things in there as well, but most of it is Golden Dawn symbolism. So if we look at the numerology of the Six of Pentacles, we're looking at balance and stability. So if we think about balance and stability in the number 6, we think of number 6 being made up of 3 2s. 2s are balance of opposites. So 2 by 2 by 2. And we think of 3, which is creativity and communication. 3 by 3. And so you have balance of opposites and creativity and communication coming together to form balance and stability. So let's have a look at the 6s, the other 6s, so you can have a sense of how they're expressed in the tarot in terms of numerology. So we put the pentacles here, which come last. We always start with wands, then the cups. This is the order in the book T. Wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So balance and stability. You are creating balance and stability in your life and in the life of those around you through your leadership. 6 of Cups. You are creating balance and stability in your life through reflecting on who you are now and where you've been to know where you're going. So this is the part of childhood memories. 6 of Swords. You are creating balance and stability in your life as you move away from whatever is holding you back. And again, I've done quite detailed videos on these cards. So if you follow back through the playlist, they should all be there. And if they're not there, they're coming really soon. There's a lot of videos to put up. So Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles in the minor arcana. Let's have a look at 6 in the major arcana. So we've got the Lovers, which is the 6th card in the major arcana. And here we're talking about balance and stability in terms of the story of the Garden of Eden. So we've got Eve standing in front of the tree of knowledge and Adam standing in front of the tree of life. Again, this idea of the balance between innocence and experience, knowledge and being and not knowing, masculine and feminine energy. This is then repeated in the Devil card. And this is where, if you look at the cards in terms of the numerology, you can see an enormous amount in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The Devil, this is about what's holding you back, what is unconsciously holding you back that you cannot see. You can lift the chains off from away from your neck if you just realize what it is that you need to walk away from. You know, this idea of the devil on your shoulder. So I've done quite a detailed video on both of these, so I'm just giving you a little synopsis of what I think they mean. So again, a balance of feminine and masculine energy, and talking about bringing your balance and stability, again, through accessing your unconscious and what might be holding you back. So that is the Six of Pentacles. If you've just happened upon my video, these are my tarot symbolism cheat sheets that are available in my Etsy shop, and I'll make sure there is a link down in the description box for you so that you can click on the link if you would like to purchase these. And of course, it goes a long way to supporting my channel. So I'm referring to these. There's the symbolism cheat sheet. There is an at a glance of the card here, and then there is the worksheet here. So let's look at the Kabbalah before we look at anything else. So the Kabbalah for the sixes in the minor arcana is Tippereth here, or beauty. Now, Tippereth is a seraphot. So a seraphot is an orb that sits on the tree of life, emanating energy. And the energy that this seraphot is emanating is spiritual consciousness of the self and the higher masters, understanding the harmony in all things, helping and transformation. And you can see this is a card where you express your beauty through your helping and your transformation. You are helping others and you're helping them to have the means that they need to transform into something greater than themselves. Element again is earth. So earth is the element that is given to all of the pentacles. So we're looking at stability, we're looking at grounding, we're looking at fertility of ideas, fertility of life, we're looking at health, we're looking at all the things that somebody needs to be aware of that is to do with how they are in the world. If you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I don't know if any of you know, but if you Google it, you'll see it. The bottom of the triangle, there's a triangle that goes up towards the apex, which is self-actualization. And at the bottom, you must have your physical needs met. And that to me is Pentacles. It's about money, where you live, your family, your friends around you, all of those, your work, all of those very basic things. So if we think about our traditional timing of Pentacles, that is winter. So winter is the timing if you were doing a spread and the Pentacles card was to end up in a timing position, or you were asking the deck about timing for yourself or someone else. And the traditional timing is really, I've gone out on the web, I've read lots of books, and generally speaking, Pentacles is referred to as winter. However, there is also Golden Dawn timing, which makes life really fascinating. And so if we look at the timing on this sheet and on my astrological cheat sheets. Now these are available in my Etsy shop as well, and I'll make sure there is a link down in the comments to grab these if you would like them. If we look on the astrological cheat sheet, we are looking for Taurus. Now this is the layout of the cards based on the Golden Dawn symbolism. So if we look here, we're looking for Taurus and we're looking for the second decan in here. So we're looking at the second decan of Taurus. in here. And so if we're looking at the dates, we're looking at May 1 to 10, Moon in Taurus. If we're looking at my cheat sheet here, we find Six of Pentacles and we go across and find the dates as they sit on the sheet. So, Moon in Taurus. Let's have a think about what the meaning of that is. And again, I'm reading from my symbolism cheat sheets because I can't remember all this stuff. I remember it and then I remember bits of it, and that's okay because we expose ourselves to all of this symbolism to help us get a deeper understanding of the card. And ultimately, if you're reading, you're not going to be recalling, oh, but it's Moon in Taurus. Might come to you, might not. But what you will recall is if you can look at this card and really link into some personal feelings or events or people that remind you of this card, that's when you start to really tune into the messages that you need to receive for this card. So if we look at Moon in Taurus, we're looking at love and beauty and grounding and slowness and deliberateness of action. So if I look here, this is a sign that values stability, I'm meaning Taurus, and the security that comes from possessions. Moon in Taurus is a person who is generally stable, reliable, down to earth. They value comfort, security, and stability of material possessions. They have an intuitive capacity to manifest the resources and surroundings that they need to feel safe. And that's the moon influence coming into Taurus. So comfort of self and others is key here. We can see this demonstrated in this card as the rich man, of course, who has everything that he needs to be successful, shares that comfort with those who are less fortunate. So let's have a look at the symbolism of this card. And again, I'm referring to my notes on the back of this sheet, and also, if I really need a memory jogger, to my summary of the card. So if we look here, we can see there's a rich man, and this represents our strength of character, our experiences, our talents, our gifts. And this man is showing that he has enough to share, and that those of us who are affluent have enough to share with those who are not affluent. The two beggars represents those who would benefit from the generosity of those more fortunate than themselves. The scales are symbolic of weighing up the pros and cons of life and balancing give and take. And what's going through my mind as I think about it is Major Arcana, and I'm going to pull this card because I know for some of you you're learning, and I like to try and always pull the cards when I mention them, is Justice. And you can see here the scales repeated again, this idea of good and bad, fair and unfair, and a balancing out here with an active application of balancing out what's not right or what's not fair. Whereas here you've got, the wheels of justice. And again, this is a classic example of the difference between the minor arcana and the major arcana, because the major arcana is all about the bigger picture, spiritual feelings, the bigger picture, whereas your minor arcana is about daily happenings. And you can see here, this is very much a daily happening. The rich man's hand is held in the sign of the blessing. Oh, and if I look in here for the Hierophant, here he is here. This is another card that shows the sign of the blessing. And the sign of the blessing is showing the genuineness of his generosity. It's about giving God's grace. It's not just about giving the food that you can see that he's giving or the money, but it's about giving a blessing or a way of giving these people more of a spiritual giving as well as a practical giving. Pentacles in the grey sky up here represent that prosperity is often out of reach of the people who need it most. The city represents taking yourself away from daily life to notice the needs and of others and what needs to be done around you. Or it shows that the rich man has come away from where he's, isolated and protected and cared for in the castle to come and be with the people who need him. And as we know, any straight line in tarot that sort of separates, you can see it's trying to paint here a separation between the poor people and the rich people who are in behind. Yellow and blue symbolism here represents the enthusiasm and the emotion of being given money. The red symbolism, of course, of the rich man, both in his robe and his hat, represents this absolute passion for life and a clarity of the passionate, successful purpose that he has had in his life. And the grey sky here goes back to this idea of the pentacles being out of reach of those who need them most. The grey sky, again, we know grey sky in the tarot indicates confusion. And this is making a comment on the lack of fairness in life. That the pentacles are out here and not everybody has access to them. And so that is the Six of Pentacles. I do hope you've enjoyed me bringing the symbolism of the card together. If you love my video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. And I will see you in the next video where we talk about the Seven of Pentacles. See you soon. Bye-bye.